Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Shawn Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ and Cali BBQ Media production. We are in Austin, Texas at the Restaurant Transformation Festival. This is a 2-day sold-out conference. Very impressed with Restaurant 365, what they've done to create an opportunity for the hospitality industry to move their business forward. We believe, if you're new to this show, that all businesses need to be digital first, especially brick and mortar businesses, and all businesses need to be in the hospitality business. That's why we put on this show, and we like to have conversations with people that are helping businesses be more profitable, more sustainable, and more exciting. Life is too short to do things that don't make sense. And the cool thing about events like this is I get to meet people that are really at the leading edge of the hospitality industry. So welcome to the show. Please let us know who you are and what do you do.
Hi, I'm Nicole Menden. I am the CEO and president of WVC RubixCloud. We're an outsourced accounting firm that is a partner of R365.
Okay.
And I am Kristin Metzger. I am the practice growth leader of the restaurant industry for William Vaughn Company, which is a traditional CPA firm.
So tell us about, first of all, how did you get into the business? Bring me back to when you were a little girl. Did you think this is where you would be on a podcast?
Never.
In a festival?
When I was a little girl, they didn't have podcasts.
I was going to say that same thing.
Well, so I've been with RubixCloud for 9 years.
Okay.
And we got into restaurants 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when we found Restaurant 365. And when we started using it, I never thought it would end up growing, because I feel like we've grown as Restaurant 365 has grown, and the platform's amazing.
Did you start as the CEO?
I did not. I actually started as a data entry person.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
Yes. And I just recently, just this year, I was promoted to CEO.
How did you do it?
Learned from the bottom up,
Yeah.
and really cared about the clients and wanted to make sure that we could help them.
Give us a story of this beginning at the. So many people want to do great things, and it takes lessons and stories for us to move our lives and our businesses forward. How did you do it?
I mean, like I said, started at the bottom. I enjoyed the work, and I actually started out with nonprofits, and then just continued to learn and grow with our company and with the softwares we use. And now our clients are also growing. So we've all just grown together. And that's how I got
What did you
in.
learn about nonprofits that have helped you with dealing with restaurants? Because we don't want to be nonprofits. We want to be profitable.
So nonprofits, their trick is that they can't be profitable, right?
Yes.
So
that's right.
You're helping them not be profitable. It kind of helps you figure out how to work things to make other businesses profitable.
How about you, Kristin?
So I've been with William Vaughn Company for almost 20 years. Started out as a associate doing tax returns, financial statements.
What drew you to the company?
Pardon?
What drew you to the company?
So it was a local CPA firm. I had just gotten out of school. It was in the area that I was moving to. I'd heard good things about the company. I said, okay, I'll interview, check it out, and really liked it. The culture's great. They have a really great work-life balance, and that's kind of, kept on through my whole career there. I started working a lot within like the restaurant space, and that's just simply like doing tax returns and, like I said, financial statements for the clients. And then back in 2017, we talked to Restaurant 365 and saw what they had in their program and said, this is like a really great program. People need to really know about it. They need to move over to it. And that's when, we kind of partnered with Rubix. It's a sister company to our traditional CPA firm, and started working together as a team to help build that practice out.
How do you do that? How does that happen? Because my grandfather, he taught me to stay curious, to get involved, to ask for help. curiosity brings you to a convention. It makes you open up a book, makes you listen to a podcast, but then you actually have to do something with that information. And then finally you have to ask for help.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about partnerships and big partnerships. How do you, first of all, do the discovery and then decide, okay, now we're going to move forward?
So we spent a lot of time researching and really looking into Restaurant 365, talking to people that were at the
Vetting
company. Yeah, and just doing like our own market research.
Yep.
And then we started talking to clients about it. And then they realized, wow, like this is more than just, a regular accounting system. There's a lot more to this. You can do operations, you can do the accounting, of course, but there's a lot of other things. And they had spent a lot of their time, Restaurant 365, in, figuring out what worked best within that space. So we started going to different conferences and just getting Rubix's name out there. And then,
were you doing events at these, like pop-ups, or were you just attending?
We were attending, and then we had gone to like the Ohio Restaurant Association had a show, and we attended that. And then we put on several webinars, particularly during COVID, about like employee retention credit and the PPP money, because that really was very valuable to every business,
Yes.
but extremely valuable in the restaurant space. And that got our name out there. People that were using Restaurant 365 realized, well, you know what? I don't want to do the accounting anymore. I would rather
restaurant owners don't like doing.
I would
accounting?
rather have somebody else do the accounting, which was a great opportunity for us.
Yes. So how do you find clients? How do clients find you?
Well, we
You go on
found
podcasts like this?
I mean, yeah.
webinars has been a huge avenue
Educational
for us. Yes.
Educational driven.
Yeah. Yeah, very much. Also referrals from
Yeah.
other clients. That's been really big too. Especially during COVID, you couldn't get out there and try to sell to anyone in person. So we relied very heavily on the webinars.
Do you have a sales team?
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do they do to sell? How do they sell?
I think it's really just educating the business owner about what we can do to help them. Because sometimes people think, oh, outsourced accounting, you're going to take my
I
job.
was just going to say that. Such a
And that's
common
not
myth.
really what we would be doing.
Yeah.
We might be helping them.
It's interesting because what we do as a media company is we definitely don't come and replace your marketing team. We work actually with your marketing
Yeah, it's
team
more just an
to help.
enhancement.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what we've been telling everyone today. They're like, so you want my job? I'm like, no.
No, I definitely don't want your job.
I'm
We
like,
already
we
have
need
ours.
you.
We have jobs.
Yes, like we need you. And
Yeah.
but then you can make better decisions with the information because you're not actually creating the information.
Yeah.
Our team will do that for you, and then we'll help you make decisions.
Can you bring us through kind of the cycle? What we talk about on this show is how far we've come from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0 to where we are today in 2023, but more specifically with the smartphone, because so much has changed in the restaurant space. I mean, I remember when we first opened in our restaurants in 2008, I made it a point that we would not have a fax machine. I'm like, we will not have a fax machine. We will not do business with a fax machine. And yet now here we are to this day. In 2023, I was listening to a podcast from a company called Slice, and the CEO was talking about online ordering and how did he actually really start scaling his business. And he would go to pizza shops and he would say, hey, are you getting any fax orders? And they would always say, one or two fax orders a week. He's like, well, if we do online ordering for you, what if we got you 5 to 10 online orders a day? And they're like, sure, it doesn't cost me anything, no problem. But then now they have this $1 billion business just taking care of a pizza segment. Can you think about, for the accounting side, how has technology transformed the way that you do tax returns, the way that you do reporting, the way that you work with Restaurant 365?
I mean, I think automation for sure.
Yeah.
Like all of the technology that, we have now at our fingertips for like the accounting system to integrate with your point of sale. Like that's a big deal. It can integrate with your bank activity.
Yeah.
You can then take that information and then move it over into a really easy format to then be put into a tax return. So I think automation and
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned the phone. Restaurant 365 has an app.
Yeah.
You can, We're not tracking down physical copies of receipts and invoices anymore. Take a picture, send it to us. It's really easy.
Yep.
Well, some people still struggle with it, but in theory, it's really easy. And it's right at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And then your financials are right at your fingertips. You can, it's great. Like the automation, and it just puts so much information at the tip of your finger.
Do you have any recent clients that you've onboarded that you can share who they are and what they've benefited by working with you guys?
So we have Grand River Brewery out in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
They onboarded with us last June, maybe May. It was supposed to be June. It ended up being May. We were replacing the accounting team. They still have like a CFO, but we work with her to get everything else in there for them. Several different concepts. I think 7 or 8 restaurants.
Yeah.
And so they were able to cut down with the transfer to Restaurant 365 and our services. They did all of it at once. They also changed their POS. So they made a lot of changes all at once. But with that, they have been able to cut down on labor, not just in the accounting department, but across the whole restaurant, because they did not have timely financials like since that was 22. I want to say they still didn't have great numbers for 21.
Yep.
And that was in, May, June of last year. They currently have their financials for a period that just ended July 2nd.
It's amazing.
So they're actually able to make business decisions because of the software and our team helping them. We also have helped them on the operations side of Restaurant 365. That's where between RubixCloud and William Vaughn, we are a full CPA firm. So we have an individual in the IT department of William Vaughn that's helping them bring in their recipes.
Oh, wow.
And
that's cool.
So that's really, we can help as much or as little as someone needs. It could be just a, hey, can you just look at my books every quarter? Or it can be a, hey, can you do my books every week? So, but for them,
what do you recommend?
I would recommend, if they are confident in their accounting and they like doing it and they feel that they're able to make business decisions, we'd be happy to just look at it quarterly.
How many people like doing accounting that are on the restaurant operations side?
I don't know. When you talk to people, a lot of them say, I don't mind it.
We haven't come up with the number yet.
Yeah. A lot of them are like, oh, it's okay.
Because they're lying. They're lying to you.
The problem is
they
that
just don't like spending money to save money.
That's it.
People do not put a value on their own time.
Yes. Opportunity cost.
Yes.
Absolutely. And they have trust issues too.
Yes.
We have trust issues as restaurant owners. Yeah.
We try to quantify that.
Yep.
Like, how much time are you spending doing your books every week, every month? What could you be doing with that?
Correct.
What is that worth to you? And so some people, they think about it and they're willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
Others maybe not so much, but that's why we customize our services. So maybe, we build that trust. Maybe you start having us do one thing. It's not a cookie cutter. We will do whatever is needed to help each client individually. So
what would make this event, specifically Restaurant Transformation Tour, what would it make it successful for you? How would you go back and be like, that was a big win? I'm happy that we made this trip.
I mean, honestly, just the people we've talked to already.
We haven't even started the show yet.
We have, though.
Just the reception.
We have, though.
This is just the reception. That's how good it is. We haven't even started. There's still 2 full days.
The more we come to events like this and we talk to people and find out what their pain points are and what could get them to use a service like us, it's all learning.
Yeah.
So even the smallest thing to us, it's a win.
Yeah.
Of course, we would love to find people that we can help and they're willing to trust us.
Sure.
That would be our end goal. But just learning more, every person we talk to, I feel like we learn from.
What do you think?
I agree with Nicole. I mean, anytime you can talk to people even just share information. And we've even said to people that we've met tonight that are implementing, hey, if you need help just with like some strange things on the implementation, give us a call. We can talk to you. I mean, it's all about helping people and them being able to get the most out of, their day-to-day use of the system too. We have a team that can help them do that.
So anybody that's listening to this that is struggling, that they believe that they can do it themselves, but they know they need to ask for help, what kind of advice would you give to them on the financial reporting side of their business?
Let's say call us. I mean, the system's changing.
That's what I was going to say.
And there's constantly updates. There's constant new information.
You work with all 50 states?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's all cloud-based, so geography isn't an issue, of course. So it definitely doesn't hurt to reach out. And maybe there's something that somebody's been struggling with for weeks that we can help solve a problem, and they can get those weeks ahead back for their time.
So how can people contact you?
So you can find us on LinkedIn.
Yes. Are you posting content on LinkedIn?
We are.
Oh, how often?
Our marketing team.
I'm gonna do a digital.
Our
audit.
marketing team is pretty good.
Okay, so what is pretty good?
I think we've been coming out
at least
weekly.
That might not be
Weekly.
good in the
What kind of content are we talking about? An article, a newsletter,
all different stuff.
all different stuff. Webinars. You said very cool. That is great.
Yeah.
I'll give you an A for that.
Okay. Awesome.
But I need you both
A.
to post more too.
Okay.
Not just reposting. Any original thoughts?
Yes.
Things like this, which you're doing. Where else? Give me the let people know.
So we're on Facebook. I mean, we do have a website.
Yep.
What's the website?
WVC RubixCloud.com.
Okay, we'll put a link in the show notes. And then how do we connect with you?
If you go to the website, you can click right on.
Yep, you can click
it'll
right on.
email
It'll
you?
send it right.
Yeah, shoot an
email right
email.
to me. Yeah.
Look at that. And you? Are you
So
on the
I would
website?
be on
LinkedIn?
WVCO.com,
Okay.
which is, and then under the contacts, I would be there.
Okay.
And then I'm also on LinkedIn.
Perfect. Well, we're going to put both of those in the show notes. If you want to get in touch with me, it's at Shawn P. Walchef, SHAWN P. WALCHEF. If you want to know about the Restaurant Transformation Tour, we will put links. There's an upcoming show in Chicago and one in New York. We're grateful to Restaurant 365 for bringing all of these leaders together so that we can have awesome conversations and hopefully help you, the listener, the viewer, move your business forward. Keep in touch with us and reach out if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Thanks so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for this opportunity.
Appreciate it.